Hey everyone, I want to welcome you to my Backline Healer build for PvP. Even though this is a straight up healer, we are still fairly resilient. All light armor being a little over 31,000 spell resistance and 26,000 physical with a little over 2,800 crit resist. So we can survive on this even when we do get focused, because in PvP that's going to happen. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get right into the gear. Okay, we're going to start out the set with our Curse Eating Restoration Staff, powered to get the maximum amount of healing. The set has become almost standard for any type of PvP combat now, with dots and negative effects being what they are. The fifth piece just is invaluable for the group. To be able to heal yourself or an ally with a direct ability will remove up to 3 negative effects, and if a negative effect is removed this way, you're going to be restoring magicka. Now the cooldown is 8 seconds, but that is for the restoration of the magic, not for the being able to remove negative effects. So this is a really powerful set at this point in time with the current state of the game. Back bar, we're going to do sword and board. For our monster set, we're actually going to do 1 and 1 for physical and spell resistance. We're pairing it with crafty. Right now I have the prismatic glyph for the chest and legs. Everything is impenetrable except for my legs, which I haven't infused. As far as the monster set goes, it doesn't matter what ones you use, as long as they're both just the 1 and 1 of the spell resistance and physical resistance. Our character is a BRETON. To get the max magicka, the increased spell resistance, the extra recovery, but most importantly the reduction of cost on our magic abilities. Some of the abilities that we're going to be using are very expensive, so that is a great racial passive to have. At this time I'm just now starting to level this character up, so I do not have all of the abilities and passives that I need to. So if you do have this stuff, your stats are actually going to be better than mine. Alright, on our front main heal bar, we're going to be running our Breath of Life, our Luminous Shards, Inner Light for the max magicka while it's slotted, plus the crit to help our heals, Radiant Regeneration, and Illustrious Healing. Practice Incantation for the alt. On the back bar I have the same alt, however, once it's unlocked, Reviving Barrier would be what I would slot here. Extended Ritual, Channeled Focus, again Inner Light to keep that max magicka up, and the critical, Ritual of Rebirth, and Purge. Just with this build we want to keep as many negative effects as we can off of the players that are in our group. Once this gets leveled, I will morph it to the Efficient Purge morph. However, this is also a flex spot for you. If you already have a purge bot in the group, then you can get rid of that. A great ability to replace that with would be the Living Dark, just as a way to help you survive when you get pressured, but also casting it will give the group minor sorcery for 20 seconds. That's a huge benefit if you don't already have a Templar DPS in the group running it. Plus we get the extra little bit of alt regen. However, if you already have a Templar DPS running those abilities, then you can go ahead and look at picking up your Siege Shield. As far as food goes, the choice is really up to you, how you want to balance the build and what you think it needs. I really like the Clockwork Citrus Fillet for this particular build. That good bit of extra recovery there is great. However, once all the passives and things are bought on this character, I don't know that you're going to need 3,000 regen. So at that point in time, you might want to look into the double Bloody Mara for the extra health and increased magic. We are running the ritual for our Mundus Stone. And for our champion points, 56 into Warlord to be able to break free, 49 into Tenacity. We're going to be doing heavy attacks to keep up our major mending, so we want to be able to get as much resource back as possible while we're doing that. 49 into Arcanist, 37 into Mooncalf, 56 into Shadow Ward, 23 into Tumbling. We want the maximum amount of healing, and we want the maximum amount of healing when we go critical, especially since we're in that 40% range. A lot of our heals are going to be crit heals, so again, we want to capitalize and get the most push on it as we can. Our extra point ends up into Spell Erosion, a few points into Staff Expert, and 51 into Thaumaturge. For our mitigation, we're going 51 into Ironclad, 15 into Spell Shield, 56 into Resistant, 51 into Light Armor, 37 into Hardy and Elemental Defender, and 23 into Thick Skin. Again, if you want to drop some of these by 1% or so to get the little bit of extra dot reduction, then go ahead. And that'll do it for the champion points. Alright everyone, I want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch the video. I appreciate all the support that you guys give me on this channel. If you have any questions or concerns about the build, please leave them below and I'll answer them as soon as I can.